Right, so what I want to show you is how I record my meetings and my conversations with teachers. I travel around with a clipboard with a cover on it, so I can put some papers in front. In this one, I have a checklist on the side, which I'll go over in just a minute. But this is my main record keeping form. I've made these on Avery labels. They're packing slip labels. They're 6 to a sheet. They're Avery label 5164. And I've made a template, and on it I have a spot to record the teacher's name, the date of the visit. I have a little bit of a spot for meeting notes. And then at the bottom, I have a section for reminders for me on what I'd like to email, what I need to purchase for the teacher, and what I want to say, a note for myself on ideas for the next visit. I also have a little bit of blank space there for anything random. What I tend to put here is reminders for me that isn't teacher related, but I do need to follow up. Maybe it's something the teacher mentioned that was a really good question, but I need to let all teachers know. I may put that note at the bottom here to make sure that I follow up there, because this is really the only thing I have in my meetings with teachers. What I have here too is just some checklists, and each one of these is just on an Avery label. That's a regular address label here, and the first column is on print resources that I hope that I put in classrooms, and the second list here is the main manipulatives that I'm looking for when I go to schools. Not all of these are for every teacher. For example, I have a Math Makes Sense Big Book, which would only be applicable for kindergarten and grade 1 teachers, so I just tend to cross that off. Same thing here too, the Learning Carpet, Books, Numbers, and Colors. Anything past grade 3, I probably wouldn't really be too worried about that. So I just tend to cross that off, but that's what I carry with me to do an inventory of teachers' classroom and to record our meetings. After a school visit, I'll take those forms and fill it out and then put them in my binder. And in this binder, I have a section for each school. And I'm just going to flip to one page for a teacher back here. So this is one teacher. This is my meeting notes for talking with one teacher. So I've only been working with this teacher for 2 school years, and this isn't all my conversations with him. These are just some of the main ones. Although the record keeping is started, I don't always do every single conversation and written down in here. Although you can see what I'll talk to this teacher. He had a list of questions for me. I went over some algebra tiles things with him. This is our first meeting. I grabbed it from the classroom. I showed him a few things. I talked to him about SumDog, a website he's still using now. He was looking for whiteboards and cards. Found out though, I did make an order form for him, and I did want to just follow up with him because it was just my first meeting with him. You can see we talked about the benefits of, later on about SumDog versus Khan Academy, and he ended up choosing to use both, which is actually kind of interesting. But anyway, this is just referring back to all my conversations with him. And you can see on the back here, also when I inventoried his room, with the things that he had and the things he didn't have. So this is my, my notes for keeping track of teachers in 10 schools.